ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸರಸ್ವತ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಸಮಸ್ತಜನಕಲ್ಯಾಣೇ ನಿರತಂ ಕರುಣಾಮಯಂ ನಮಾಮಿ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಂ ದೇವಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ. Hari Om. We are in 4th chapter of Sri Ramana Gita. Now in this chapter, Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni himself had asked questions. Very deep questions, 4th and 5th, little deeper chapters. He asked, which we already seen yesterday, last month. The thought, I am Brahman, is real knowledge, or Brahma is myself, this is real knowledge, or I am all this, is that real knowledge, or all this is Brahman, is that knowledge? He asked Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni himself. So Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi replied that all these things are only vrittayo bhavana eva sarvaha etan eta na samshayah. All these things are only thoughts. Only aham brahmasmi, all this is Brahman. There is no doubt about it. So what Bhagavan said, Sarupa avastitihi shuddham jnanamahohu manishinaha. Ultimately, abiding in pure self alone is the jnanam, where there is no thought also. So, having heard groho vachanam akaranya samshayachedakarakam aprucham punah eva aham Anyam samshayam udgutam. I asked another question, having got reply from Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Now this question we stopped in the last month. Dvitiya prashna, vritti vyapyam bhaved brahma nava natha tapasvinam imam me hrudi samjatam samshayam chettum arhasi. Now, this is a question. Question is, hey Bhagavan, answer me, please tell me, vritti vyapyam bhavet brahma nava, hey Natha, tapasvinam Natha. Oh, the great Natha, the Lord of Tapasvis, this is my question. Please, what is that? Clarify with me. What is the question he asked? He said whether vritti vyapti is the jnanam or not. Vrittayo bhavana, vritti vyapyam bhavet brahma. He says, hey tapasvinam natha yogendra, brahma vritti vyapyam bhavet nava. Now see, what is vritti vyapti now? Vritti vyapti, vritti is the only means for our knowledge, whether it is aindrika jnanam, that whatever knowledge we gain through indriyas, vritti is necessary. Whatever knowledge we gain through our smriti, vritti is necessary. Any knowledge, including knowledge of Brahman, vritti is required. But here, In Vritti Vyapti, we have seen in Vedanta, the mind, the consciousness, mind, conditioned consciousness goes out, takes the shape of the object, and we get it is illumined by the consciousness. Then we get the knowledge of the pot, knowledge of the cloth, etc. Gatagyanam, patagyanam bhavati. Then I can know this is cloth and this is pot, etc. Now, that means what? In the garbha of the thought, the object is caught. The object becomes content in the thought. So, thought of the pot. What is the content of the thought? Pot. Similarly, can Brahman be contained in the thought? Because even Brahma Jnanam is not possible without a thought, first. For some time, the vritti will take place. The vritti won't remain for some longer time. In Brahmakara vritti, it won't remain for longer time. But vritti is necessary for some time. Lot of charcha is there in Vedanta Shastras about Brahmakara vritti. Therefore, vritti upahita chaitanya vishayatvam syat va na va iti imam hridi manasi hrudo manaha paryayatvat eha paryayatvat na iha hridaya kuharam matam samjnatam sanjatam utpannam samshayam chettumarhasi nivaritam prasanno bhavet bhavati iti vachate bhava iti vachate iti yachate. Now this is the question. What is the question? Can the Brahman be, because Shastra speak about vritti vyapti, phala vyapti. So in Akanda Brahma Akara vritti also is necessary for jnanam. So can the Brahman then gained through knowledge? So what is the role of vritti? So tamimam prashnam akarnya mitram angrijusham rushihi abhishitya katakshena mam idam vakyam abravit. Tam imam prashnam akarnya. Who? Angrijusham rushihi. Angrijusham means one nija padashritanam. One who took the shelter at the feet of the Guru, at the feet of Ramana Maharishi. Those who take or who took shelter, ashraya at the feet of Bhagavan Ramana, to all of them he is a friend, mitram. So therefore, Angrijusham Rishi Maharishi, who is a mitram, who is a friend of those Angrijusham, those who have surrendered at his feet, Shrutso Ang Mitram Hitakari, Rishihi Bhagavan, Tam Imam Brahma, Vrittivyapyam Nava iti Prashnam Akarnya, Shrutva Katakshena Abhishitya, Karunapurna Avalokanena. And with all gracious look, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gave to Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni. He looked at him with a gracious look. Mamidam vakyam abravit vakshamanena swatma bhutam ityadina uktavan ityartaha. Now, what is that next sloka? This is what very Ramana Maharshi answered. What is Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi answered? Whether the thought vritti can take you to Brahman or not. Can it reveal Brahman or not? Now, this is the answer Bhagavan gave. So we can chant after me. You can chant. Swatma bhutam yadi brahma jnatum vritti pravartate swatmakara tada bhutva na prutak pratitishthati swatma bhutam yadi brahma jnatum vritti pravartate swatmakara tada bhutva na pruthak pratitishthate. Now, you see, vrittihi bhavana rupa api. What is vritti? It's a bhavana. a notion, a mental notion. Vrittihi bhavanarupapi swatmabhutam sarvasyapi atmatven avasitam brahma karma jnatum bodhum pravartate yadi. Now, even though the thought is nothing but a bhavana rupa, at the same time, swatma bhutam sarvasyapi atmatven avasitam brahma, swatma bhutam brahma jnatum bodhum pravartate yadi. If thought is trying to make the Brahman as its object of observation, so what is happening? What is Brahma now? Where is Brahma? Now see, thought is there. All the thoughts, as we have seen last time also, are born out of I thought. So this thought, I want to know Brahman. Where is Brahman? I am trying to know Brahman. What is Brahman? It is your own essential self, the Sara. So thought can know something which is objective other than that. But in the very attempt of my attempt of trying to know Brahman, so what is that thought is trying to do? To know Brahman. Who is the Brahman? The Atman. What is the Atman here? Ashraya of Ahamvritti. So I am trying to know the very support of the thought. So the thought is trying to know its own support. The thought is used to know some object outside, no problem. It is like trying to know the very subject. With my own eyes, I cannot see my eyes. Without mirror, I can see everybody's eyes. I cannot see my eyes. But here in this case of Atma Jnanam, the thought is trying to know its own source. It is trying to make Brahman, Swatma Bhutam Atmani Avasitam Brahma, Jnatum Bodhum Pravartate Yadi. It is trying to know that Brahman or Atman, which is its own substratum, which is its own base. Tada Vrittau Ahamashtrajatvena Swatma Bhavena Sitam Brahma Jnana Vishayikurtam Pravartamanayameva Sa Swatmakara Swatmana Udita Tadrupaya Bhutva Prathakra Pratidishtati. Now, when every attempt of thought trying to know its own self, trying to make the Brahman as its object of observation, think about it. So, make the Brahman or as a subject of meditation. Vishayam. What is the Vishaya? Brahma Vastu is Vishaya. For what? I am trying to meditate on Brahman. So, what is subject matter? Brahman. Oh, I am trying to meditate on Brahman. Who says? The thought. But what is Brahman? The very support of the thought. So, Brahman is behind the thought. So, I am trying to know. Therefore, Niralambanam, that's what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi very clearly said. There is no, in the Atma Vichara, there is no Alambanam. That's why Atma Vichara of Ramana Maharshi is not a repeating a thought. It is Niralambana Atma Vichara. We saw also already in the previous classes. Niralambana Atma Vichara means I am not taking any support of any thought. It is not the thought I am utilizing, but I know that I am, so I am trying to focus, be attentive to the very presence itself. Just as whether we know I am a man, I am a woman, there is no thought required there. You know that you are a woman or a man, no thought is required. So you don't have to meditate. I am a man or I am a woman, I am a body, I am a human being. You don't have to meditate. So I am a human being. How do you know? Do you repeat the thought? No. I know that I am a human being without a thought. So there is a thought intervention is not required. Yet I know I am. So to know I am, I don't need a thought. So I need a thought for any other thing, which is I am already that I don't need a thought. But I am used to thought. I am used to thought generations, etc. Generating thoughts. So with one vritti, one thought, I am trying to make that Brahman as my Vishaya, subject matter of my discussion, of my contemplation, of my meditation. So in that very attempt, the thought, which Niralambana vritti it is, Niralambana, that thought is first Alambana, we take a support thought. That thought, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, in that thought, when you are really entering into that, Brahma Jnana Vishayikartam Pravartamana eva sa swatmakara, swatmana udita tadrupa eva bhutva na tadrupa eva pratakna pratishtati. The thought becomes self. Because there is the thoughtness is removed and the inner consciousness suddenly awakens to this is me, the thoughtness is dropped, and ultimately that thought, so-called we have been calling it as a thought, it is becomes non-separate from one's own Atman. Therefore, bhutva prathakna pratishtati. So it doesn't exist. Parthakya abhavena swatmani eva prathakvam parthakyam. So thought of separateness goes away between the Atman and the me. So parthakya abhavena swatmani eva pratishtata bhavati tvam tam swatmakara vrittim eva shastre vritti jnanam ahuhu. In that swatmakara vritti, that vritti taking the shape means only using the word, taking the shape of Atman, shapelessness. That is, Atman has no shape. So becoming the self, that vritti which has got the capacity in its very attempt to know the Brahman or making the Brahman as its subject matter of investigation, that thought has got the capacity to dissolve its thoughtness and becomes the self. So that is called vritti jnanam shastre ahuhu. Which vritti jnanam? Akanda brahmakara vritti jnanam shastre ahuhu. That is called akanda brahmakara vritti. So we call it as a vritti, but actually there is no vritti there. The vrittiness gets dissolved. It doesn't exist. Tameva aham spurtim aha Bhagavan Maharshivi. That Atmajnanam Akanda Brahmakara Vritti merging, and ultimately thought is transcended, and that thought of inquiry which remains as one's own self ultimately becomes its own self. That is called Bhagavan, is called as Spurti, Aham Spurana, throbbing, that Aham. There is no thought there. It is a thoughtless throbbing of the Aham. Aham is throbbing, but no thought required. Therefore, see, Atmaswarupasya Jnanatmakatve tad akara vrittihi esha jnanam aparoksha anubhutihi iti uchyate. Na iyam aham vrittihi ahankritir bhavati. This is not the I thought. There is no thought there. But I am there, thoughtless I. The ego is completely destroyed. Then I exist. That Paramapurna Sat. That I exist, I am. That I is there. That is not a thought I. That's what he says. It is jnanam aparokshanabhuti tuchyate. That I am there, I know. But to know I am there, I don't need a thought. The thought is transcended. So without a mind, without a thought, I exist. And that awakening is called Atma Jnanam. That is realization. Uttaratrata ijam prapancha ishyate. In coming slokas also, this thought will be expanded further. But this is called, Bhagavan onwards said, therefore, when that ahamvritti, see, swatma bhutvam yadi brahma, sorry, that tamimam prashnamakar, what the vritti can go and take you Brahman or not? Yes. Vritti jnanam takes you. Which vritti jnanam? Ultimately, this aham brahmakara vritti will take you. Vritti vyapyam bhavet brahmanava enatha tapasvinam imam me hruda samjatam samshayam chetum arhasi. This question was asked by Kavya Kanda Ganapata Muni, and Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi beautifully answered. That's why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gave what? Niralamba aham moola vicharaha. So there is no Bhagavan, there is no, Ramana Maharshi says very clearly, there is no use of repeating Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahma. It is only an unnecessary exhaustion. So koi fayda nahi hai. Because you are getting caught up only in the thought. So this thought is stopped. So niralamba atma vicharaha, natu manaso vicharaha, aham brahmasmi ityadi. It is not a manasa vichara. Aham brahmasmi ityadi vicharaha, na manasa vicharaha. It is not a mental thought. It is niralamba atma vicharaha. Niralambana aham moola vicharaha. Niralamba aham moola vicharaha. Aham is I thought. Moola source. Niralamba, without any other thoughts generating, you know the presence. So I am just silently observing the presence in me. So this is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. Therefore, it is a direct means without any dependence on any process of generating the thoughts. It culminates into one's own self. Mental notion, support of a thought you take, repeat it, and that thought becomes a form. Then hold on to it, begins a thought, exists in a thought, process and ends in thought process, ends in a thought. So that doesn't lead to any experience. Therefore, in Saddarshanam, a beautiful sloka comes, Soham vicharo vapuratma bhave sahayakari paramarganasya. Then so aham vicharaha, aham brahmasmi, sahaham, sohamasmi, brahmahamasmi, ahamasmi, aham saha, saha aham, ham soham, soham ham saha. This vichara is for whom? For those people, vapur atma bhave, those who are identified with the body and thinking that they are the body, for them this is sahayakari. It is only an initial thought to try to drop the body identification. It may help those people who are identified with the body too much. For them it is sahayakari, vapuratma bhav, paramarganasya. Those who are treading the path of spirituality, trying to discover their own self, for them, this kind of soham vichara, tattvamasi, all the mental thoughts may be useful for those people who are identified with the body, but those who are little transcended, they are not too much caught up in body identification, and through body to the entire world, not too much of identification. They directly can do niralambana aham moola vicharaha, they can do. That is Ramana Maharshi's inquiry. So it is not fit for everybody. Everybody is not fit for this kind of inquiry. So ayam pragukta evabdhe saptame tu ekavimshake abhavat no mitagrantaha samvado romaharshanaha. This romaharshanaha samvadaha, very, very horripilating, hairs standing on the body. That kind of a conversation I had with Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. What is that? Romaharshana samvadaha, mitagrantaha. Mitagrantha, a brief in content. Hardly 3-4 dialogues only Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said. Mitagrantah abhavat, it happened. And ayam pragupta eva abdhe, same year above as mentioned above. And what? Saptametu ekavimshake, meaning 21st July of 1917, this conversation took place. 1917 means Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's age was 37 years. Okay, this is, we have completed 4th chapter of Ramana Gita. So, iti Sri Ramana Gitasu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Ramana Antevasinaha Vasishtasya Ganapatehe Upanibhande Jnanaswarupa Katanam Nama Chaturthodhyayaha. So, Jnanaswarupa Katanam, what is the nature of the knowledge? What is the ultimate knowledge? I am Brahman, all is me, I am all, I am Brahman, Brahman is me. What is all the thoughts? Bhagavan said all are thoughts only, they are of no use. So, this is very niralambana aham moola vicharaha. That is the thing. Ramana Maharshi's niralamba aham moola vicharaha. So, there is, so Atma inquiry is no thought. It is not an inquiry of I thought. I am, who am I? Repeat mantra. Who am I? At the end of meditation, we will know. I am the same old, yesterday's frustrated individual, presented today before the Lord. Thank you. Get up and go. Same frustration. Who am I? Frustrated. No use. Now, 5th chapter is very important and very, it has more number of slokas, 21 slokas. So it's they say 5th chapter is a core of Sri Ramana Gita. 4th chapter is Kavya Kanda Ganapati Muni asked. 5th chapter, Hrudaya Vidya. Knowledge about this Hrudayam. Now, this was not a question and answer session. One day after dinner, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi in the night, he himself started talking on this subject. When Kavya Kanda Ganapati Muniji was there, in the night, 19, which year we will see now, later on it will come. So in that year, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi happily started talking on Hrudaya Vidya. See? Hrudaya Vidya. So this also happened in 1917, 9/8/1917 night. 9th August 1917 night. Okay? So 100 years, 107 years are over. This is 224, no? 1917, 2024. How many years? 107 years over. years old. ठीक है. You can be happy. This is also August month. That is also August month. So somewhere coincidence. हम भी रिलीज हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. Now, अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः. This is Hrudaya Vidya. प्रागुक्तोपदेष्टमे मासि प्रागुक्तेभ्येष्टमे मासि नवमे दिवसे निशि उपन्यसति वान् सम्यक् उद्दिश्य हृदयं मुनिः. So pragukte abde ashtame masi. Up there, same year. Pragukte as said before. What year we are in? 1917. Same year. Ashtame Masi, August. Navami Divase, 9th. So 9th August 2017. Thank you. 1917. That year Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi answered. What is that? He says, Munihi Hrudayam Uddishya Samyak Upanyasitavan. Samyak Upanyasitavan. Munihi Hrudayam Uddishya. So, about Hrudayam, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi spoke on his own. And this is the mystery. Hrudayam. Anyway, so many Shastras spoke about heart. What is this heart? So, what is Hrudayam? First is mentioned here in second and third verses. So, we will read first, second verse. We will see the Vyakhyan. Then we can see what is third verse, and we can continue. So, in two verses, second and third verse, what is Hrudayam is told. So, Nirgachanti yatas sarvaha Vrattayo dehadharinam Hrudayantat samakyatam Bhavana kruti varnanam Nirgachanti yatha sarvaha Vrtayo dehadharinam. Now let us see slowly. Now see, very beautiful explanation Bhagavan gives. First of all, Nirgachanti yataha sarvavrittayah dehidharinam. That from where all the thoughts of the dehadharis, embodied beings, emerge. That from where all the thoughts of embodied beings emerge. That is called Hrudayam. But now this description, tat samakyatam bhavana akruti varnanam. That means what? This description is only conceptual. Why this? Now we will see the beautiful commentary of Sri Kapala Shastriji. So, Dvitiya Adhyaye Hrudaya Kohare iti Maharghe Maharshihi Nigadatte Padye Pancha Bhautike Sharire Atmanahastanatvena Hrudayam Pratipaditam. Ihatu Sharire Hrudayasya Sthanam Nirdishati Tacha Shashte Shloke Vakshyati. Iha Pratamam Dvabhyam Slokabhyam Hrudayam Lakshayati. Now, in the second chapter, if you remember, Hrudaya Kohara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram, that we saw the shloka. In the cavity of the heart, there is only Brahma Matram. So, Mahardhe, Maharshi Negadite Padye, Pancha Bhautike Sharire, Atmanasthanat Hrudayam Pratishpat. What is that? Hrudayam was told as what? Actually, in that, in the Pancha Bhautika Sharira, there is heart, was told. If there is a heart, and in the cavity of the heart, there is a Paramatma seated, Atman is seated. It was mentioned. So, Hrudaya Sthanam was mentioned. Where is Hrudayam? In Pancha Bhautika Sharire, that body which is made up of 5 great elements, In that body only the heart is there. In the cavity of the heart, there is essence or presence or sat existing. That's what's told in that. Aham aham yo bhati. Spurana. But there it was not mentioned where is the heart in the body. In the body, heart is there. In the heart, that throbbing is there. Okay. Now, where is heart in the body? That is not told. So that is made clear in the following sixth sloka. It will come. So in this chapter, that will be made clear by Ramana Maharshi. Where is the heart? So when we say heart, earlier we said aham vritti is a source of all vrittis. All the thoughts emerge from the I thought. So if I thought is not there, no other thoughts can exist. In the morning when we get up, first I thought comes. That I thought comes within no time. Aham vritti, idam vrittis, all samsara will come around. Oh, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a husband, I am a wife, I have a loan, I have to car shed se lena hai, car ko repair diya tha kal. All the samsara will come. All emerge what? From I thought. So that means very interesting. I thought is such a thought. It is containing whole samsara. So the moment I thought emerges, I thought opens its Pandora box. The moment I thought opens, I'm just giving a poetical description. I thought Pandora box opens up, all the samsara emerged out. And when you are going to sleep, all the things will go into I thought. Now, then what is the Hridayam? Hridayam is that which is the source of the I thought. So all thoughts merge into I thought. But where is I thought emerges? Hridayam. Then what is Hridayam? Hridayam is the source of I thought. Think. Therefore, here he says, in the second chapter we saw, heart is the place of the body made up of Pancha Mahabhutas. But now in this chapter, we will tell where exactly is the heart located. Now, therefore, yataha yasmat dehadharinam shariranam sarvaha nikilaha vrittayaha manovrittayaha nirgachanti tat hridayam samakyatam muktam. That means what? Akruti varnanam hridayasya akruti kathanam bhavana manasi vrittihi. Now see, carefully listen. So all the thoughts rise from the heart. Means what? First I thought comes. From the I thought, all other thoughts all emerging out. Now, here very important thing is, so hridayasya akruti kathanam bhavana. Now, there are some shastras where in yoga shastras, it is pointed out what is the akara of the heart. Not physical heart. But there some heart description was there. Where was it? Nivara shokavatanvi pitaba swatyanopama tasya sikhaya madhye parama atma vyavastitaha sabrahmasa shivasa harisendra sokshara paramaswarat. That art description only. That heart is yellow color, there is a then light, like it is a light, a Jyotiswarupa, within that cavity, and that is a ultimate, that is all that was told. Akriti Varnanam, it is only bhavana, it is not real. That's what he says. Therefore, where in the Akriti Varnam, very clearly it is said, Nivara Shokavattanvi Pitabha. No, therefore, Akriti Varnam Bhavana Eva. Meaning, Akriti Varnam is only Bhavana. There is no Akriti for the heart. It will come later on. As we study further, more clarity will come in this chapter. So, there is no Akriti of the heart. Heart is the source of I thought, and I thought is the source of all other thoughts. So far, that is clear. So, tatha sati, if that is the case, Hrudaya Pundarikam, Hrudaya Guha Sushiram, Sukshmam, Nivara Shokavattanvi, Pita Bha Swachanopama, Ityadi Akara Varnanasya, Bhavana Gamyataya Akriti Varnanasya, Bhavanatmaka Upasti, Upayogitvam Bodhyam, Natu Bahana Mulanvesha Rupaha, Upasti, Upayogitvam iti. Hridaya Lakshana Kathana Avasare Akriti Varnam Bhavanatmakam iti Bhavanatmakam iti iti iyam abhipretya aha. Iti ayam pretya iyam pretya aha. Bhavanatha उपरतेः एव हृदयं ज्ञातुं शक्यते हृदयाशयः यद्यपि शरीरे हृदयस्य स्थानम् अत्यन्तं सूक्ष्ममस्ति एव तथापि तद् वृत्ति उपसंहारेण एव गृहीतुं शक्यते न अन्यथा इति वृत्ति उपसंहार प्रकारम् आह. Now, first of all, very important thing is, here very important thought is, tatha sati hridaya pundarikam hridayaka. See, all the about Nivara Shokavattanvi, all the things in Yoga Shastras, heart ke baare mein jo bataya, all these things are concepts only. Why? To contemplate on the form of the heart, the concept of the heart. Actually, they don't facilitate any bhavana. There is no bhavana possible to conceptualize the root of all the thoughts, that is the heart. There is no bhavana possible to contemplate on the root of all the thoughts, the heart ke liye, because it is not a form. It is not a form. So it cannot be conceptualized. That's what beautifully says. So, very beautifully. So therefore, description of the form of the heart is only a mental thought, construct, mental construct. In all the Yoga Shastras, in all the Kundalini Yoga, Anahachakra also will come later on. So all those things are all only Bhavanatmakam. It is not so what is Hridayam? The source of I thought, full stop. So how to contemplate? That is the source. There is no form. The spring of consciousness, as Gurudev calls it. So, and therefore, Grahitam Shakyate Nanyatayati Vritti Upasamhara Parakrama. Now, therefore, one more thing. When it is said that, excellent, this is very important. Bhavana Gamyataya Akriti Varnasya Bhavanatmaka Upasti Upayogitvam Bodhyam Natu Bhavana Mulanveshana Rupaha Upasti Upayogitvam iti Hridaya Lakshana Katanavasare Akriti Varnanam Bhavanatmakam iti Bhavanayaha Uparatehe eva Hridayam Jnatum Shakyate iti Ashayaha Yadyapi Bhavanaya Uparatehe eva Hridayam Jnatum Shakyate iti Ashayaha. So without, if you want to really know the heart, it cannot be conceptualized. So without that, you can know his own. That means that is the heart. Here Bhikkhu says that the heart is the birthplace of all the activities. See, yadyapi sharire hridayasya sthanam atyantam sukshman tathapi tat. So actually, what is the heart? Birthplace of all the thoughts. Here he says, since the heart is the birthplace of all the thoughts, right? That means heart again is the source where all thoughts can end. Therefore, the very simple thing, kahan se emerge hue thoughts pura? From the heart. So, where all they can merge ultimately and end in the heart. So, therefore, Hridaya Akasha, Hridayam and all that, it is only conceptualized, my dear. Tatha sati Hridaya Pundarekam, Hridaya Guhasu Shiram Sukshmam, Nivarshokamutpita इत्यादि आकार वर्णस्य भावना गम्यतया आकृति वर्णस्य भावनात्मकमिव उपास्ति. Very beautiful thing. So therefore all the akriti varna is only for meditation, for some kind of upasana only, but it is not actually bhavana. Therefore bhavanayaha uparatehe eva hridayam jnatum shakyate iti ashayah ityashayah. Very beautiful thing. So therefore, first of all, this is the heart. So all conceptualizations end. This is very, very clearly. Yet, correct? Now, therefore, next sloka, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says in the same, even though actually there exists subtle spot is there. See, sukshmasti eva tadhapi tad vritti upasamharena eva grahitum shakyate. Now, actually there is a subtle spot, even though there exists a subtle spot for the heart in the body. There is a spot where you can recognize it. At the same time, it can be comprehended only when all activities cease. That's what the commentary says. That can be, when only all concepts end, then you can comprehend the exact spot of the heart in the body. Otherwise, with the thoughts are there, you don't know where the heart is. But you can only feel that what is the heart, the source of all the thoughts. That we can conclude. Therefore, one is able to know about the heart only when the concept ceases. Number one. But there is a subtle spot in the body where the heart is there. The body, subtle body, sukshma, where spot is there. It can be known only when all thoughts cease. Not otherwise. So he says, mentions about the method of cessation of all thoughts only, where all the thoughts end only in the heart. Therefore, very simple. Thoughts is equal to samsara. Thoughts will never end by entertaining another thought. So, naam jap karo, puja karo. Vedant vichar mein Bhagavan only thought level pe baithe hai. You are one thought replaced by another thought. We already saw that. Aapko, you will not realize the truth. The truth is realized only when I stop all the thoughts, inquire the source of it. But to niralamba aham mola vicharaha. In fact, since I am already that, I don't need any alambanam. I don't need any support. Because that presence is already there, throbbing, aham, aham, aham. It is not a thought. We already saw that. It is not ego thought. It's a presence. I know I am. That's why what is realization? When ego is completely vanished, still I is there. That I is not this ego I. I patatyaham nija vicharanam. I, great, I, are, patatyaham. I dropped, but I exist. That I is not this I. Vedanta वेदांत बहुत गंभीर शास्त्र में इसका बहुत सारा महात्मा लोगों का बहुत सारा चिंतन मंथन हुआ है. How this happened, that has happened, all that the church, but it is not a subject now for us. It is too deep Vedanta. Unless we studied Brahma Sutras, Upanishads very well, we can't understand that thought. So, this is the thing. So therefore, all the vritti should end to know the heart. But to know the source, I am generating who am I thought doesn't know help. It doesn't help. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, they don't help. They only help you in giving you a concept of understanding. For whom? For those who are buried deeply in the identification of the body. To get out of the identification of the body, first something is told that you are not the body. Then who am I? You are Brahman. At least first get out of it. ये पहला कदम है. We read no the shloka, Sadashnam shloka. What is that? Soham vicharo vapuratma bhave sahayakari. Atma bhave vapuhu. Meaning those who consider Atman as body as Atman, for them as a sahayakari, as an help, Soham vichara is given. I am that, he is me, etc. So this thought replacing another thought, we think it is sadhana. It is not going to help us in realizing the truth. So this aham vritti will fall. Therefore, there is no concept helps us. So samastana vrittina moolam aham vritti uchyate. Now, therefore, nirgachanti. So aham vritti samastana vrittina nirgachanti to ahanti hridayam tat samasatha. That we will see tomorrow. Third sloka of 5th chapter. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnmudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.